QGis. It's a pretty easy program. It's open source, so it's free. Everyone can use it if they want. I used to do map of the Blaus, which was a Dutch family in the 16th and 17th century. Father Willem and son Johan, and they made maps. They were really famous for it. Also got really rich on it, and those maps, if they were for maps of Holland or maps of cities or maps of Europe, they were pretty accurate. But bigger maps usually weren't too good. So. Yeah, they got really rich on it. I have an example, the map of Europe. This is the map in QGis. I use OpenStreetMap, but any map will do, any modern map. And what it will basically do, it's, as you can see, the map is kind of deformed, mainly because of Iceland. They weren't really experienced with islands, so yeah, Iceland and Greenland aren't positioned right. That's why it's so deformed. Ground control points, that's how you do it. You see these little points here. Where's the marker? Oh, like for example, if they draw a square on the map and in real life it looks like this, you put one point here in the old map. Then you say, well, I put it here on the new map because that's where it is. Then, and also this way, yeah, these four I as well. And for example, there's an A standing in the square. The A will get deformed to fit how it actually is on the modern map. Points you can easily use are cities, though this map was kind of blurred, so city names weren't clear. So I used a lot of capes, like this cape here on Iceland, and you can see it's here on the modern map. So that way it works. Also an example, Cairo in Egypt, as you can see where it all goes, and the computer will automatically deform it once you've put it there. Well, how to make it? You open georeferencer. You first click that one, then that one, then that one. It's kinda easy. Then you put in a map with this button. Then you say make at least 3 ground control points, otherwise it won't do anything. You click that button, then you first click on the modern map, then you say from map canvas, and then you click where it is on the real map, like I explained here. And then you say start georeferencing. That button over there, it's then it will ask for settings. Most settings here aren't that important. There's just a couple of things. Here, where will it be stored? It's always important, because otherwise if the program closes for some reason, like no electricity in the computer, you've lost everything you did. This is the resolution. It's in meters. I used for Europe, I used 1,000, so every kilometer. That means every little square is a kilometer. But if you use it for a city, you do 1, so every little square is 1 meter, because otherwise it gets really blurry if you say a kilometer on a city. And you need to press these two. 0 for transparency, so it won't get a black square behind it. And loading QGis, because then it will easily be seen on your map in QGis. Well, repeat 3 and 4 until the map looks good. And then you're done. Then the map is good. That's what I did with that map of Europe. This is the data itself. I don't really get it myself, but what I know, if it works alright, these 3 bars, everything in it should be 0.00. It's how the points are away from each other. So if the computer did it alright, they aren't away from each other, so it's 0.00. A city example. Cities are a bit harder sometimes, but like Amsterdam. Here, as you can see, some things stayed the same, but some things didn't. Usually you can see back canals and old streets in a modern street pattern, but sometimes you can't, and then it's really hard. City walls are usually streets or waterways these days. And the ground control points. As you can see, they didn't put the north here, but here. So it's all upside down. It's really hard, but once it works a little, as you can see, this little tower is now there, and this tower is now there. It works after a while. Well, yeah, that's the entire presentation. If I do an assignment, say, well, this map I cut out the old world and you georeferenced it. Does anyone see any points they think they might use? Capes or something are really good at this one. Any points here on this map? Like I say, that point I can see back on the mother map? Or
anyone?
Maybe some of the small islands in the Caribbean?
yeah, that's always works. Those islands, yeah, you don't need to be very accurate because the accuracy is a few kilometers per little square, so yeah. And that's the size of the entire island, that little square.
Labeling is sometimes hard to read.
What?
Labeling is sometimes hard to read.
Yeah.
Okay, labels. Yep.
Right, this concludes the presentation.
Very well done.
QGIS, it's a pretty easy program.